You're tuning in to Next Play News on YouTube, the no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now. Folks, we need to talk about what happened on Sunday Night Football and the pathetic display of political correctness that followed. What should have been a celebration of sports and patriotism quickly turned into yet another example of how the woke mob can't stand anyone having fun if it doesn't align with their political agenda. Let's start with the historic moment itself. President Donald J. Trump became the first sitting president in over 50 years to attend a regular season NFL game. That's monumental. But instead of respecting the office of the presidency, we had so-called fans booing during a sacred moment where the president was administering the oath to new military recruits. Disgusting behavior. Absolutely disgraceful. But here's where the story gets even more frustrating. Lions receiver Amon-Ra St Brown, in what should have been a lighthearted moment, does the Trump dance after scoring a touchdown. It was a nod to the president being in attendance, something athletes have done for decades with various public figures. It was fun, it was spontaneous, and it was harmless. But of course, the woke police couldn't let this stand. Jacksonville Jaguars cornerback Jordan Lewis, a 9-year veteran, decided to become the morality police, taking to social media to shame St. Brown with this gem. The truth comes to light. Do you do that in one of the blackest cities in America? Let me be crystal clear. Since when did a dance move become a political statement that requires this kind of backlash? Since when did we decide that athletes must conform to certain political expectations based on their race or their city? But here's what really makes me angry. St. Brown actually bent the knee. On his own podcast, he apologized. If I offended anyone, I do apologize. I did not mean to offend anyone. It had nothing to do with who the president was. Are you kidding me? Since when does an athlete need to apologize for having fun? Since when does celebrating a touchdown require a political disclaimer? This is exactly what's wrong with sports today. We've created an environment where athletes are walking on eggshells, afraid that any moment of genuine expression might offend the perpetually offended, where a simple dance move requires days of explanation and apology. Meanwhile, where's this outrage when athletes engage in protest during the national anthem? Where's this energy when players make genuinely political statements? Suddenly, when it's a celebration that might be associated with President Trump, everyone loses their minds. I'll tell you what I respect: the UFC. Those athletes aren't afraid to be themselves. They're not worried about which political tribe they might offend. They understand that sports should be an escape from this constant political warfare. St. Brown had every right to do that dance. He had every right to acknowledge the President of the United States in his stadium. He shouldn't have apologized. He shouldn't have felt pressured to explain himself. Now I want to hear from you, the Next Play News community. Should athletes have to apologize for harmless celebrations? Why is there such a double standard when it comes to political expression in sports? Has political correctness gone too far in professional sports? Where do we draw the line between genuine political statements and simple fun? This is about more than just a dance move. It's about whether we're going to allow sports to remain fun or turn every moment into a political battleground. If you believe athletes should be free to celebrate without fear of political backlash, make sure to subscribe to Next Play News. We're not afraid to stand up against this nonsense. Hit that thumbs up button if you're tired of seeing sports become another front in the culture wars. It really helps our channel grow and amplifies these important discussions. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in next time on Next Play News.